I want to bring in now Congressman Denny Heck. He is a Washington Democrat who serves on the Intelligence Committee. Good evening. So here we are, Congressman.
Hi, Don.
Hey, given the president's latest interview, his changing answers, his performance on the world stage, with the ambassador just called Jabberwocky, right? How concerned are you about what was actually said in that one-on-one meeting with Putin?
Well, obviously, I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about whenever he talks to a leader of another foreign country. Look, there's a great irony here, I think, with respect to Ambassador McFaul. He's an individual who enjoyed under international agreement some modicum of diplomatic immunity while in Russia. He comes home and he has no diplomatic immunity. It makes no sense whatsoever. The fact of the matter is, it's highly unlikely that this is even legal if the president were to go ahead on it. And frankly, I think he's going to stand down on it, just like he has a million other things in the last year and a half when it's revealed to him, frankly, the asininity of what it is he's saying that we ought to do.
And this goes beyond not being an eloquent speaker, or this is knowing your facts, knowing history, being aware and understanding your intelligence briefing. This isn't, he's some Joe Sixpack that the regular guy can understand and he talks that way. This is far beyond that.
Well, words matter, especially when spoken by the President of the United States, who's supposed to be the leader of the free world. I've concluded some time ago that vis-a-vis our relations with Russia and President Trump's relations with Vladimir Putin, that one of three things or some combination thereof is really what's working here. Either A, the president just has an epic failure to grasp the significance of what he says and the historical context within which he's functioning. Or number two, Vladimir Putin has completely conned him and duped him beyond imagination. Or number three, he's got the goods on him.
You think he has something on him?
I could think of nothing that would account for the bizarreness of his behavior as much as that would. But I don't know that. And I don't know if it's necessarily one of those three, but that's the only construct that can help me understand when he does these kinds of things, because it's just so bizarre, it's so damaging, it's so serious. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
So the interpreter was in the room, right? No one knows what's going on except for Trump, Putin, the interpreter. Do you think Congress should force Trump's interpreter to speak to Congress?
Well, I think the world ought to know what went on in that meeting, and if there were a way to compel that to happen, I would be for it. But the fact of the matter is, that's not going to happen, because majority Republicans continue to support him and be complicit in every regard. Look, Don, congressional Republicans are in desperate need of an intervention for their addiction to President Trump. This has gone beyond norm-defying. This has gone beyond norm-shattering. We're absolutely now in the territory of his behavior and his words putting America and its future at peril.
Do you think that they're addicted to him, or do you think he's just the means to an end? And there you say, well, you know what, this is the guy. Let everybody look over there at him and all of his wackiness and whatever he's doing, and then we'll actually get we're getting the real job done over here. Maybe they look to him as someone who's not so bright, and just let him bear the brunt of everything, and then they'll do their work.
Well, I actually think it's a combination of things. First of all, I think a lot of them are afraid of him. I think they're deathly afraid that he would viciously attack them and go after them in their primary elections. I believe that because I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And secondly, I think they've made the political calculus that it is better to stick with him at least through the election, if not beyond, because to do otherwise would put their majority even more at risk. And thirdly, I think, in fact, what it is that they wanted to accomplish was this huge tax cut for the wealthiest of Americans and our corporations. And that was able to get done under him. And so it's kind of the deal they made with the devil.
And let me ask you, before I let you go, do you think the United States is prepared to be able to stop Russia from interfering in our elections again? We have a very important one coming up soon.
No, but we're getting there. I don't think it should go unsaid here in this conversation, Don, about what a brilliant, literally a brilliant forensic piece of criminal investigation Director Mueller performed in order to yield the 12 indictments of the Russian intelligence officers. That was brilliant. They're going to write that up in history books someday. Their forensic analysis was unbelievable. So we've got some institutions that are still working. And frankly, I still believe that sooner or later we're going to get to the point where we once again hear the same words that Gerald Ford spoke when he was sworn in as president in the aftermath of those dark, dark days during the Watergate era. First words out of his mouth, Don, you remember them. Our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah.
We're going to hear those words again.
Yeah. Listen, we're making history in every moment here, and who's going to look back and be proud of it, who's going to look back and be embarrassed? A whole lot of people, I think. The facts always bear out. Thank you. I appreciate it, Congressman.
You're welcome, sir.
When we come back, how did a Russian agent get into the National Prayer Breakfast, and what was she really up to?